Thank you so much for tuning in, and we are live at Digital Footprint in LA, and with me is the creator, Ken Courtright. Ken, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having me.
Great, well tell me about Digital Footprint. What is this event all about?
Digital Footprint is actually about 22 years in the making, and we have been a growth consulting firm for a long time using what's called modeling. Basically, if you have a business in different phase, there's usually a business in that industry or another industry that's a little bigger, a little farther along, that you can actually model, like many of the upstart franchises modeled McDonald's. So what we've done in the last 5 years is taken that digital, and a footprint is physically the print left behind of a bigger website that's gone before you in a similar or even not so similar industry, but you can literally see the footprint. It leaves traces. Every website leaves traces. And it allows us to kind of jump in and work with that footprint and be successful.
So right now, for people who are looking to implement the strategy, what should they be doing?
Well, twofold. If they don't have a website, that's a totally different angle. You can take your time, study the industry you want to go into. And what I would do is I would literally search, Google search, 3 to 5 common topics that you think the industry would want from you. I would then call up and literally click on the websites that come up and see if you can do some background on those sites. How long have they been in existence? There's a little thing you can do. I'm not going to get technical on this, but site : the name of the website. It'll physically show you how many of those sections of the site are in Google's database today. So the bottom line is, if I didn't have a site yet, I would look at the best sites in the space, see how long they've been in business, how many pieces of content do they have, what's the shape and the structure, see if there's a theme and model that. If the website's already up and running, then I would do exactly the same thing, but there are tools out there that you can use. They're free tools, and you can just do competitive scans, keyword density scans, different things. And again, what you're looking for, and you can go to YouTube and just look for these videos that teach it, is you're just looking, is there a website further along than the one I have right now, and can I model it? So that's what I would do.
So can you give some of the free tools, some
Sure.
resources? That'd be great.
Absolutely. So if your site is up and running, I live and breathe on Google AdWords keyword tool. It allows me to put a search term in there, and literally it's like phoning up Google and say, okay, I just gave you, say, I'm going to go with South African restaurant. I just put it into Google. I want to see the people that type in South African restaurant, what else have they typed in? So Google's tool literally locked in the individual that Google searched South African restaurant, and they recorded everything else that person from that computer has searched for.
Wow.
So it's like literally reading the mind of the consumer. And so if I had a website in South African restaurant, South African food, I would be able to use that one single tool and say, okay, interesting, we're making this product, and this product, but it's interesting that our consumers are searching for this, this, and this. We might want to consider bringing that product into our menu. So that's if the site's up and running. If the site's up and running, number 2, there's a tool called SEMrush. It's a free tool. You could, again, put the name of your website into SEMrush, and then you can let it run its course, and it has a thing called competitors, and it has another one called potential advertisers. So you click competitors, it blows up a bunch of charts and graphs so you can physically see who is in your space, and odds are, if you're a newer website, you're going to be in the bottom left corner, and on the top right, it's going to show you all the bigger, badder websites in your space. And then you can even click on them. It explodes that digital footprint for you. So the two cool tools that we use.
Say that 3 times real fast.
No, I'll go one time. 2, TWO, cool tools, is Google AdWords keyword tool and SEMrush. We use them every day. They're awesome.
So when you are working with a client, is it dependent on the industry in which, how their websites run? Is it a different algorithm altogether?
Awesome question. The answer is emphatically no. Oh. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. The response from Google, because we all play in the Google sandbox, is how many pieces of content are in that site when you first do an analysis? How many pieces are you willing to put in every single week? Because here's how it goes. If you have a website that's up and running in any industry, does not matter the industry, if it's been 3 months or longer since you've added anything, Google literally assumes you have died, your heart has stopped, wow. And they will start very, very slowly peeling away from you by lowering you in the rankings. Now watch this. They don't actually lower you in the rankings, but the other sites in that industry are adding content, so they're raising them up. So by default, because you kind of gave up on your website by not adding anything, you get lowered. And I already forgot the question. What was the question I just answered?
Doesn't matter. You actually answered it. You said no. So
Good.
it doesn't matter about the industry. That's so great.
Gotcha.
So final tip for anybody out there who's looking to help their website.
Yeah, absolutely. The best tip I can give anybody, and I've actually told this to my second daughter, is because she likes baking things. And I said, Kara, we are going to do a recipe site of some kind. She's like, oh, there's millions of sites. Why would my site succeed? And the answer is very simple. It does not matter the industry. It does not matter who you are. The reality is, if you build a website today and you begin writing, and you're writing heartfelt content, meaning truly meaningful content, a really good recipe, stuff you really care about, the odds are good. If you care about it and you're willing to put it in print, there's print online. There's probably somebody that also cares about that searching for it. And Google says, if you are consistent, and you stay consistent, and you put new stuff into our database every single week, we will eventually turn to you. Because every piece of content opens a little door in Google's database, and they see, wow, they're just not stopping. Obviously, they're passionate about it. They might even be an expert about this. And then slowly over time, traffic starts to come in. Other sites start to even mention your little site, and all of a sudden you rise in the rankings. Nobody is too special that if you're consistent with content, it won't work. So it works for anybody.
Awesome. Well, here we are at your event, Digital Footprint. Look at this amazing crowd.
One more time. Oprah's giving away a car.